Good afternoon, morning, evening, or night, and welcome back to my channel. For today's art video, you are going to be seeing me draw some Among Us fan art, which has been highly requested by a couple people. I'm super excited to get into it. What you just saw there was just a warm-up sketch that I had previously done to get ready for this challenge because it was quite the challenge. But we are just diving in with the very first crewmate that I was so excited to draw. He's this is one that was kind of a meme to me. I had this idea in my head forever that was just hilarious for him. So basically, I've been seeing a lot of memes going around on Reddit for this character in particular, and there has been a lot of Among Us memeing in the community. Let's be real. But the point is, everyone always assumes the gender of this one character, and that is Pink. So the meme was you see Pink and you automatically start calling it she or her. Although whether or not these space beans are actually gendered is debatable. But I came up with this version of Pink that I actually really like, that is both funny and kind of a play on the idea of misgendering based on a girly color. I put girly in quotes there because, there's that whole argument of color is just color anyway. But he actually he actually kind of looks mean right now. He looks really mean. But at this stage, actually the inspiration for his facial expression, it came from another Instagram artist that I'm a huge fan of. I just love his style. He captures characters quite well. Like, he'll do a lot of sketches of actual, like, real people and just like cartoonize them, and I don't know, I feel like he does a really great job at capturing expression. And that was Cameron Mark Art. I think I put his tag up there as well. um, but actually the sketch that I kind of drew inspiration from of his was a sketch of Vegeta, which is one of my favorite Dragon Ball characters. Actually, he's in my #1 spot. I don't know if you guys watch Dragon Ball. I watched most of Z. I got pretty far in that, and then Super is what I'm on now. So I'm a little late to the party. I know that's most people's like childhood right there. Especially like it's my fiance's childhood. Like, he grew up watching that, and he's been really into that show since he was a kid. So it's very nostalgic for him. But I never watched it as a kid. I was more of a Last Airbender kind of girl, but that's beside the point. That's a little tangent there, but yeah, there's just a lot to. Oh, I did want to comment and say this is not, as we're already like way into it. This is not how I normally do hair. I was just testing out. I saw like in this person's tutorial they did hair like this, where you like take kind of like the border effect and just kind of block out sections of the hair. I think after after experimenting with this, I think I would say it works a lot better on long hair than for short hair. And right now Pink has kind of like this shaggy look to him. Like, it's not quite like super short hair, but it's, I don't know. I mean, it kind of worked. The method kind of worked, but I would say it works a lot better on longer hair. And you'll see later I completely skipped that next time around, next character. I wasn't a fan of the process. It was kind of tedious, kind of long, made the video kind of longer than I wanted. Um, but yeah, so here's where we're at. I'm just gonna do like a layer mask and start coloring here. But I guess right now would be a perfect opportunity, now that we have like a break in what I have to say. I guess it would be a great opportunity to give a shout out to Llama King, which is the person who suggested this video um, in the first place. We have had some great conversations on the comments section of some of my other content, and it just really encouraged me to start drawing again. I don't know if they know this, but well, clearly there's like a gap in my upload times, which is pretty normal. I feel like for starting out, I guess. I don't know. I'm not sure what's normal for any of this. This is all new to me, but there's a gap in the between the last video and this video, and I think I say this every single video, but I had kind of been feeling a bit discouraged, and a bit just too busy to actually do this. But um, I don't know, when you're doing something for someone else, I think it's just easier to find the motivation as well as the time to actually do this. So really, thank you to Llama King for reaching out to me, or who knows if I would have even gotten to do this and have so much fun with this. I really have like enjoyed the whole process. I've had a lot of fun with creating these characters and putting together this video. Even though it was a long process, it took me all week to edit this. I just was running into problem after problem, and honestly, I hope that gets better with time, and I hope my skills improve over time. With practice, everything gets better. Actually, it's funny, rewatching this video and doing this whole like process has really shown me like all the little things that I did with the first drawing versus the second drawing. And you'll definitely see that as it's coming up here. But the first drawing, I don't know, I'm not as proud of it. I'm really proud of the idea of it and just getting into it. I think there's a lot that I like about this drawing, and there's also a lot that I really would change, and that I do like kind of change as far as the style, as far as the method, the process, with the next character. So I'm really excited for you guys to see that, because this one, I don't know. I mean, I did do the warm-up sketch, but this one was like a second warm-up sketch, if that makes any sense. Like, like I was able to like figure out what I liked and what I didn't like about the process and about what I was doing here, and about the characters. And I don't know, I was just kind of like figured it out and kind of like narrowed it down to, okay, this is how I'm gonna do this, and this is what I'm not gonna do. So, yeah. I guess I could talk about this is a really long video, unintentionally. I guess I could talk about when I first started playing Among Us. So, my fiance and I discovered this probably like a month ago, honestly, and I know it's been around for a really long time, and maybe it's been popular for like a lot longer than we've been playing. But we kept hearing things about Among Us, and we were like, what is that? Like, what is sus? Like, what are people talking about? We would just see things like here and there. I think mostly Reddit is where our exposure came from. But eventually we both got it on our phones. It was the free one, and started playing, and we literally played for like 3 days straight, no joke, between work and stuff. Like, we just kind of would get on and like do a match. Like, we even played together and stuff, but no cheating. We like completely muted the sound, or we put in headphones. We didn't show screens. We didn't say anything if one of us got killed or if one of us was the imposter. Like, we really, really did very well, I felt like. And that's how you're supposed to be. If you're in the same room with someone, you cannot screen share. You cannot nothing, okay? Anyway, I digress. It's been really fun for us. I just want to make a comment here. This is kind of like where my whole idea came from, was like, what if Pink was a guy? And if Pink was a guy, what would that mean for us? Like, what would that mean for him? And this is what I came up with, like, what if like Red washed their suits together and maybe his was like white? Let me know in the comments if this glitch is showing up for the actual video, but whenever I would type that little like note card that you saw in between these two drawings, whenever I would type white, WHITE, a Y would show up where the H should be. I don't know what's going on with my keyboard. I don't know what's going on with my computer, but that's just what I'm seeing on screen. So let me know in the comments if that's what you're seeing too. Anyway, here we are. We are drawing the next crewmate, which is white. And I decided I kind of liked the idea of like, okay, if Pink's suit used to be white, what if he and the white crewmate were like friends or something? And then I decided, you know what, why don't they just be like in a relationship? So here's this cute little girlfriend, Pink's cute little girlfriend. A lot of her inspiration actually comes from again, Dragon Ball Super. And it's not, they're not all going to be like that. They're not all going to be based on Dragon Ball characters, but I just really liked the idea of, or I just liked how my looks, especially her hair. Like she has this really sleek, long, straight black hair, and I love her bangs. I just thought it was super cute, and so I kind of incorporated her look into this character. And I think it fit really well with the white um, outfit, the white uniform. Um, and you might notice, like with these two, that I haven't done like any of the extras, like the little hats or like the extra crewmates. I don't know. Maybe I'll throw something on like the next set of characters that I attempt. I'm gonna try and fit 3 into a video next time, but I want the video to be shorter. Um, I don't know if this was like my introduction back into drawing, back into the groove of digital art. Then hopefully the next video will be again higher quality. And I think especially if we're seeing like I don't know, not to like pat my own back or anything like that, not to toot my own horn, but I really think that I did a lot better with this character the second time round. I did a lot better with drawing the white, excuse me, the white crewmate than I did with Pink. And I don't know if that was just because, again, like I said, practice makes perfect. Practice doesn't necessarily make perfect, but practice improves, if that makes sense. I don't necessarily like the saying practice makes perfect because no one can be perfect. Perfection is not something that can just be attained. Perfection in itself is without blemish, without mistakes, without error. So there's clearly a lot of errors and a lot of mistakes that I'll make in this one as well, but I feel like they are significantly less than the last time around, if that makes any sense. But practice makes improvement. There we go. That's what the saying should be. Practice makes improvement, and I really feel like I improved even just in baby steps with this one. So hopefully, you know, as I get more into, as I dive more into this hobby, more into digital art, drawing, I'm gonna try and take up animating here soon, all that jazz, all those things. Hopefully you'll start to see, you know, at least some improvement, at least some mild baby steps towards, you know, I don't know, what I would consider to be professional grade art. Oh man, I was having a lot of trouble with that little hair piece. I actually cut out some of the footage because it was just so annoying to see me sit there and draw the same thing 12 times, which is actually what I did for a lot of the footage. You wouldn't know, but editing me had a really hard time getting this all into, what is it? What are we at? 18 minutes. Um, Actually, it started out. Let's see. I think the pink crewmate took me, I want to say like 45 minutes, maybe 50. I don't know, that's being kind of conservative. Like it could have taken me easily longer. I don't remember what the uncut footage ended up being, but I know that this one took me significantly less time because I wasn't I don't know, there's just like a bunch of little details that I skipped, like that I don't know, found ways to kind of do better but do more efficiently, if that makes sense. Like it wasn't just like, oh, I can just do this faster and crappier. Like it's still the same quality or better quality but quicker, you know, like more efficient. um but anyway, again, I just skipped that first method of like doing the hair. I don't know, it's just, it's not for me. I felt like I wasn't quite able to get it to look the way I wanted. Like Pink's hair turned out fine, obviously. Like it looks fine, I guess. I ran into some trouble with the highlighting because like I don't know what I'm doing, so that was fun. And shading, honestly, like shading is like fun for me. I love it, but I don't necessarily take into consideration the light source, which I know like a lot of artists are like, oh my gosh, that's so important. Like, where's the light source? Like, you have to have a light source. And like, you do, you should at least be thinking about it. And I was, you know, I was kind of thinking, okay, I want more of the shadows to be kind of cast like to the right side of the screen, which I did with Pink. And so I just tried to continue with white. I didn't like sit there and analyze, okay, if there was an orb of light coming from this direction, like which way would every single shadow fall and what parts of her body and her suit would even cast a shadow. I didn't sit there and analyze all that because I would have I would have probably done that if this was realism. If I was going for a realistic look here, if I was going for like, oh, you can't tell that it's digital art, you know, it looks like a painting, it looks like a real picture that was captured, yes, I would have considered where every single shadow landed because I am that much of a nitpicker and perfectionist when it comes to that style of art, when it comes to that traditional realism. But with this style, and I'm this is no style in particular. This is just my personal, what I'm comfortable with, what I was going for, what I was thinking of. Um, so with it being my style and with it being a cartoonized style, like very cartoonish, very simple shapes, simple colors, not a lot of shading. I felt like it was okay to go ahead and just kind of put some shadows in here and there. I mean, who knows? Maybe as my style develops over time, I'll change that or I'll, um, you know, it depends. It depends. You know, maybe I'll learn some things that will help me in the long run with keeping true to my style, but also being a little more practical. But for now, this works and it's cute and I love it. And honestly, this drawing in particular turned out exactly how I wanted it to. Pink's was kind of like, okay, that's like the idea of what I wanted was there, but like, I don't know, like every artist kind of has a struggle of having an image in their head and trying to get that image out on paper and onto the canvas. So I wasn't too worried about that. Like it turned out good enough. If I tried to follow every single step of my standards, like if I tried to nitpick and get every single little detail that was in my head onto the paper, it would never happen. I would never be happy. I would always be changing things. Um, but the idea was there for him, for his character. I loved it. I loved like the little like chat bubbles. I thought it was super cute. But this one, the second one, what I was beginning to say was this one turned out exactly how I had it in my head. Like everything you're seeing right here in front of you is every single detail that was inside my head when I thought of this character. Like I thought, okay, I'm gonna do pink and I'm gonna do white. And how do I want white to look? And this idea just popped into my head. So every little detail you're seeing is every little detail that I wanted there, and I'm super proud of this one. And sorry for bragging, but this was really fun for me. I love this kind of stuff. I love um, character building and drawing and all that kind of stuff. So congratulations if you've made it this far. You've made it to the end of the video here almost. Um, Thank you so much for watching and for clicking on this video. At the end here, I'm just gonna have a little shot of the two of them together. Let me know, comment your thoughts, let me know any ideas you have for the next set of crewmates that you want me to draw, and if you have any ideas for how they look, because I'm totally open to it, open to suggestion. I loved this, I'm having so much fun with this, and I definitely want to do it again. Okay, bye.